Sober Curious, the trend where we're not drinking alcohol. Well, there is a 10% decrease in those that drink since the early 2000s for ages 18 to 34. And I'm almost a part of that statistical decrease, except for the fact that I still drink on occasion. And that means I fit more in the sober curious category.
Recently, we did a post about sober curiosity, and we had a few people saying, what is that? We've had a bash at defining sober curiosity. The process of evaluating your relationship with alcohol and deprioritizing it in your life through reduction or avoidance in order to live better.
Which, if you didn't know that was a term, neither did I. I used to tell people I'm just often sober, like I don't really drink, but then there's a lot of questions that come with that. So I'm hoping the sober curious term actually gets used more often, because basically it's like sobriety without the severity of it. Often it means there's no addiction involved, no AA meetings. You can still drink on occasion when you want to.
I don't drink alcohol anymore. I'm not sober. I don't work a program. What else I do is, my own business.
Right. There's usually not as much serious reasons behind it, and I'm hoping that if that term becomes more popular, there's less questions when you tell people, oh, I'm not interested in drinking tonight. I don't know if that will ever be the case, but why are some people possibly drinking less, and what are some of the difficulties that come with that lifestyle change? Because it is not as easy as it sounds. And to give some context,
some estimates predict the non-alcoholic beverage market will grow from $923 million to more than $1.7 trillion by 2028. Already, there's been an explosion in the industry, with booze-free beer and cider sales jumping more than 30% last year. Non-alcoholic spirits up more than 100%.
Don't shoot the messenger, but I don't think an increase of non-alcoholic drinks is actually the main source of the sober curious movement. I don't even think it's the increase of mocktail options or alcohol-free bars. I think that is capitalism at its finest. I think people saw an opening in the market. There was an opportunity to make money and a need for all these different options.
Tyson and I are at a zero-proof bar called Stay in downtown Los Angeles, Chinatown, and we are drinking non-alcoholic drinks. This is my zero-proof martini. It's actually really good. And this is my second drink. The first one was called The Rat, and it actually really tasted like an alcoholic beverage, minus the alcohol. Really good.
We have to find ways to come up with that flavor, and you drink a drink and be like, okay, this actually tastes like something that could be mistaken as alcohol.
See, I don't think people are giving up alcohol because the fact that they don't like their fruity drinks or their new beer at the brewery. I think it's because maybe they want the taste, but maybe they just don't want the side effects that come along with it. And for certain people, certain side effects are more important to them than others, because maybe it's the health and fitness trend.
Additional drink you have per week, a little bit more brain atrophy.
So unfortunately, alcohol consumption in any amount has been shown to increase your risk of decreasing brain matter and global brain volume. The research was done on almost 37,000 people in the UK, and they looked at light to moderate alcohol consumption. This was shown with even consuming just one alcoholic beverage per day and increased with higher amounts. The take-home message is the more you can limit your alcohol consumption, the more it will be better for your health, including your brain.
Maybe it's the bad decisions that go along with a few drinks, or the anxiety attached to it.
Anxiety, in my experience, is the feeling that you get the next day after drinking, even if you're only drinking a glass or two of wine. Just this residual anxiety of, what did I say the night before? What did I do? Did I embarrass myself?
It's a question her generation is posing. A recent study found they drink 20% less than millennials, who in turn are drinking less than Gen Xers and baby boomers. And it's not necessarily because they have addiction issues. They're just curious.
Or how about the safety concerns in a lot of bars or things that revolve around alcohol?
So we can't even trust the bartenders anymore to not drug our drinks. They're just drugged by the time they're given to us. A lot of you came out and said that you've been hearing stories from all over the place where this is happening. So this woman's story is not rare. One person said the Abbey in LA also. I got my drink spiked there. I only had 5 sips and watched it like a hawk. And then someone else says that happened to them too. And you guys are like vibing together because you both were drugged at the same place? Bartenders are just being paid off by traffickers to spike your drink. Apparently, police have been doing undercover stings and arresting bartenders who were getting bribes from these undercover police to spike drinks of the choice of woman in the bar.
Or how about the one that I hardly ever hear about being the reason that someone gives up alcohol, but often one that people complain about, and that is actually the financial burden that comes with drinking.
I was spending so much money on alcohol, it was absolutely insane. I wrote down how much I'm spending on alcohol every week, every month, and every year. I literally could fly to Europe 10 times. And it was all on credit cards, and I had debt, and it was just at the age of 30, not cute. And not only on the alcohol, but add up how much you're spending on Uber Eats, takeout food, taxis, out of control. And the crazy thing is, the party was always the same. Now, if I go on trips and explore and travel, it's not the same. It's a whole new experience. I've traveled the most I've traveled in my life in my sobriety, and I'm way more financially stable. It's bananas how much you can save not drinking.
Or how about the legality and overall availability of other options that have led to the term of California sober?
In California, a lot of us say that we're Cali sober, which means that we don't have hard alcohol and we don't do hard drugs, but we might engage in cannabis consumption or psychedelics.
Whatever the reason is that someone might be choosing to drink alcohol less, or you might be choosing it yourself, it doesn't mean it doesn't come without its difficulties, because it's really ingrained in our society, and almost every aspect of being social as an adult involves alcohol. There's such a push to drink a little bit, just have a casual drink when we're out doing this, out doing that, and then sometimes there's even an excessive push to drink in excess. Come on, another shot, another shot, another shot. And it's not always easy to walk away from that, to say no to it. Like, it sounds silly, but peer pressure is a big influence on people drinking too much too often, even when they're trying not to. So I can't say that it's going to be the easiest thing in the world. I do find it very rewarding for my own personal reasons, but it's definitely a difficulty. And sometimes people do get invited less because, like, oh, well, you're not going to drink. Why would we invite you out to the bar? But I wish that wasn't really the case, because it's like, I still want to hang out at the bar. I love bar food. I love the social aspect of it. I don't need to be blackout drunk to enjoy it. Sometimes I even enjoy it a little bit more when I'm not blackout drunk and I can watch you be blackout drunk. But either way, that point aside, I've definitely seen the peer pressure aspect. I've definitely been asked multiple times after saying no to a drink, asked again and again and again. And it gets a little bit old, but you kind of just learn to deal with it and learn that that's kind of just a part of being out in a bar if you're not drinking.
How difficult it is to quit in a society that we've built, where every social interaction apparently needs to be fueled by alcohol. And if you say no, you're either weird or someone will try and change your mind or persuade you otherwise. It's just this culture we have.
The evil ruler society. That's an evil ruler strategy. The food pushers, the drug pushers, the alcohol pushers. For me, I look at people like that and it's like, so why do you want me to drink when I don't want to? What's going on with you?
Yeah.
And it usually shuts them down.
It seems silly, but sometimes you do have to fake like you are drinking unless you want a lot of questions. Because believe me, you will get all those questions 20 times over. Like, why don't you drink? Are you an alcoholic? Are you pregnant? Are you this? Are you that? And there's not always some complicated reason. Sometimes it's just a compilation of many reasons that you're just choosing this isn't per se right for you. And that's not a good enough answer for a majority of people. And unless your answer is really, really good enough, you're going to deal with the intense amount of, come on, just have one shot, just have one shot, just have one shot. If you ever want to get free alcohol, tell people you're not drinking, because that will get everybody to want to buy you alcohol. Maybe that's the new trick. But that point aside, now I'm the first person to be like, I can drive, or I'm the person that's always bringing water to the table, because as a person that's sober, I see how bad people are when they are drinking, and it just makes me be like, water, please take water. Like, I'm the mom now. Maybe I shouldn't be going to the bar. But either way, that point aside, I'm the person that is bringing everybody water. I'm the person that's picking the person up off the floor that just fell on the floor. I'm the person that's going to the bathroom and helping the girl that's crying. And like, I don't mind it at all. I definitely think you have to balance it in your life. Don't become the mom. Don't take on responsibilities you don't want to take on, because they can fall on you when you're the one person that's completely coherent. So definitely keep that in mind, because you will start to notice so many things if you choose society stop drinking the majority of the time. One thing you will notice is you can definitely have fun going out and not drinking and being around people that are still drinking, but you're also going to notice a lot of kind of sad things too, especially in an environment with a lot of alcohol. You're going to notice a lot of people have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol, even people that you might be close to that you didn't realize kind of had a bad relationship with it.
I am pretty much done with heavy drinking. I had a friend recently that got off the rails drunk, and it was so sad to watch. He was so debilitated that I was like, I think I might be done.
Yeah.
It was awful. You see just real when you're sober and you see someone just face obliterated, can't form sentences.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that I do not have sloppy drunk moments. I definitely still on occasion do that, but I also know how I am when I'm drunk, and I don't want that on a regular basis. And I don't think I'm alone in realizing that there's actually more difficulties that come with drinking, especially in excess, than there is with giving it up, or at least giving it up the majority of the time.
I chose to cut alcohol out of my life once I realized this. You guys, life is so incredible. It is so rich. It is so vivid. There is so much magic out there. And when we drink alcohol, it blurs all this. It makes it all foggy. It makes it all kind of gray. It puts this like haze over the world. And I want to experience all the highs, all the lows, all the richness, all the magic. I want to have the most vivid, intense, intimate experience with life. And you can't do that on alcohol.
Now, with all that being said, have you seen any changes when it comes to alcohol? Or maybe you're considering one yourself. Let's have a conversation in the comments, ask any questions, share your experiences, or maybe make a prediction on where you think the world of alcohol is going. I've heard some people say that it is the new smoking. Not sure how accurate that really is, but if you made it to the end of the video, please hit the like and subscribe button down below, and have a great rest of your morning, evening, night, whatever it is for you. I'll see you Wednesday.